Hi everybody, this is Rosemary, life and relationship transformational coach from Cape Town, and welcome to my channel and the Creative Journey series, where I'm sharing inspirational stories about inspirational people. And one of those very inspirational people I have invited to be our guest today is Natasha du Plessis. And Natasha she's gone from park runs to marathons, and she is going to share her inspiring journey with us. Welcome, Natasha.
Hi, Rose.
Hi, welcome to the channel. So you are such an inspiration for me when I see you doing these amazing runs through the mountains and in amongst beautiful nature at all crazy hours of the day and morning. You're like a machine now. So would you like to share your journey with us?
Thanks for inviting me. This is the new normal, the Zoom calls and everything. I'm getting a bit more comfortable in front of the computer or in front of the camera. Yeah, so as you said, I think my journey started about 3 years ago. Actually, to the date, I think somewhere mid-June 2018, I decided I'm going to run my first marathon in 2018, and I downloaded the generic marathon training program from the Runner's World. I think it said something like I need 12 weeks to train, so I started 12 weeks before the marathon. And yeah, in June 2018, I started doing that. But before then, I was just running your park runs here and there, you know, doing maybe a small trail run out in Stellenbosch, one of the Ditopia runs. So yes, and now yeah, I love it. I have to run almost every day.
Yes.
It's become a sort of a healthy addiction. It's just good for your mind.
It releases endorphins, it refreshes you, all those happy drugs, it's good for your body. So you basically, by doing what you're doing, and you're in our beautiful Western Cape nature, you know, it's got to lift your spirit and lift your soul. But Natasha, starting out, you know, from park runs and 5K or maybe the 10K run to doing marathons, what was your biggest challenge?
I think biggest challenge was getting up in the mornings. I am a morning person, luckily, so I do my runs in the morning. It gets difficult in Cape Town because we all know the sun only comes up right about 8 this time of the year. So it was just that motivation to get myself up in the mornings to go run, even though it was raining. When the weather was really bad, I could go to the gym and I had to do a run on the treadmill. You know, if you think a minute is long, try a minute on a treadmill. It feels like an hour. Yeah, I've just enjoyed the journey so much. And like you said, we've got this picturesque part of the world or country that we live in, and I'm spoiled for choice. Every weekend I'm on a different path in a different, you know, area of the mountain, or then I'm in Franschhoek on a mountain, or we're in Stellenbosch in a mountain, and you don't need a lot. You just need to get there, get your shoes on, and walk or run or do whatever you want to do, and it's beautiful, it's stunning. So yeah, we're very fortunate.
Natasha, you make it sound so easy, because I was going to ask you, what role did persistence play? But I don't think you needed that persistence.
What really drove me as well is this, as you see how you got fitter. So I started with the 3K. With 3Ks, you walk, run. And then let's say the next day I couldn't walk because you were so stiff probably. But, you know, you persevered. So because you've got this program that you followed, and because you've entered something, you know, you do pay an entry fee, which is not a lot, but it is expensive. So you don't want that to go to waste. And you've got this whole idea in your head that you're going to reach this target. For me, not reaching it, it's not, you know, I wouldn't allow that, because I want, if I set myself a goal or a target, I want to reach it. I didn't set myself a time. I didn't say I want to do it in a certain time or anything. I just said I want to do my first marathon.
What was your first marathon, Natasha?
It was in 2018. So it was the year that I decided I wanted to do it that year. And I decided to enter the Winelands Marathon, which is in Stellenbosch.
Was that a full marathon?
Yes. Yeah.
Not even a half?
No.
Wow, that's impressive.
42.2. Yes.
And how did you feel afterwards?
Tired. I know. I think I got home. I lied down in my living room and I couldn't get up for about half an hour. I think I just laid there. And I know I drank a lot of Coke. I don't drink Coke, but after that run, and my son was at the end to meet me, which was great. So that was very inspirational. I also told my friend that if my watch says 42.2 kilometers, I'm going to stop, because that's all I'm doing. I'm doing a marathon and nothing more. And we all know that it's always a little bit more. So when we got to 42.2, I think it was about 500 meters from the end. And I just stopped. And I said to her, I'm done. I'm done. And she started laughing at me. And Pudding said, no, you're not. Run. You're going to finish this properly. So we did that. But yeah, you definitely hit a wall around about 34, 35, 36 Ks. I said to myself, why did I do this? Why am I doing this?
Start questioning yourself.
Yes.
Okay, so if that, like, sort of 8 Ks before the end, that triggers in. But when did your endorphins trigger in the beginning, where you thought this is like just so amazing?
Yes. And the people that you run with. I mean, we met the most interesting man while we were running. He has done, I think, about 23 different marathons in different countries. So they've got a club that they've joined. So the whole thing is to run a marathon each country. And he's got badges on his shirt that he was wearing of each marathon in each country that he did. So it was so interesting. I think we ran with him for a good 10 Ks, and that 10 Ks just flew by because it was so interesting. And I think the people that you meet along this journey, that's what's so great. The running community is amazing. There's this unwritten rivalry, you can say, between your road runners and your trail runners. But yeah, I think because trail is, I don't know, it's more, I actually don't know, but I've become more part of the trail community the past year or so. And people always joke and say, yo, trail over tar. But for me, there's no difference. Running is running. If you're running,
your views on trail must be unbelievable.
Yes. No, I mean, that's totally different. And the style, I mean, with trail as well, there's a lot of climbing involved. There's a lot of scrambling involved. With your road running, it's just, it's the same. There's a lot of people that actually, when they move from road running, they go to trail running because they're allowed to do that, and the impact on the back as well. But I just love both. And I think if you get out there, and even if I always say a slow kilometer and a fast kilometer is a kilometer. It doesn't matter how you do it or how fast. Yes.
Yeah. So you're not putting pressure on yourself. You're there for the pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. As soon as running is not enjoyable anymore, I don't want to do it anymore, because it's not there for me it's not a competition. It's just to relax. It's to enjoy myself. I just have fun. I did my first proper trail run, the UTD, Ultra Trail Drakensberg. Now this year it was a 21. It was my first race for trail run, and I loved it.
How did you do, Natasha?
I actually did quite well. I didn't know I was going to do so well, but I did end up in the top 5 of women.
That's amazing. That's not quite well. That's incredible. How did you feel?
No, great. I was actually I was very chuffed. I mean, because I just had fun. I was actually just making videos and laughing and smiling and saying, it was, the views were amazing. It was my first time in the Drakensberg. So, I loved every second of it.
Different beauty, hey? It's a different beauty.
Yes. Yeah. But I must say the turning point as well is a good coach. So I've got a very good trainer, coach that I use. I use Linda Doak. She's a renowned trail runner. And she's amazing. And I've got a difficult schedule as well, because I've got my son only every second week, and I have him fully for 1 week because he's with his dad other times. Then I have to work around that schedule with my running and training, and she's just incorporated everything for me, and I love it. And that makes a huge. Yeah.
So Natasha, what made you take on a coach? What was that decision to get a coach?
I like the structure. That's just personally for me. I like to know what I'm doing and what I'm running. Otherwise, I would just go out and do, just run. But with this, it gives you specific ideas and specific running program. So you need to do speed training, you need to do hill training, you need to do different training, which will make you ready for your.
So that really pushes you towards your outcome, your vision, how you're going to do it. So it's very important to have a coach, whether it's for relationships, whether it's for running. You need that coach so that you can excel and live a life of possibilities, because that's really what it's done for you, and you fit. I mean, that is amazing. Congratulations on that. And then, Natasha, if we look at your support system, who was there? I know your son is a great supporter. He's such a beautiful little boy. But who else supported you in this process?
My boyfriend. So I think the reason I've turned to trail a lot is because I've met him last year. And he's an avid trail runner. So we get into the mountains whenever we can. We run together. He's much fitter, faster, but we still enjoy running together when we do. That's why we love exploring. He did the UTD 34 kilometer. He encouraged me to, enter the 21.
That's great support. Somebody who's going to push you and believe in you and say that you can do this and I've got your back. I mean, that is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and he always does. So, he's very, very, very supportive. Before the running, I was actually entered to do the Ironman, the half Ironman last year with the CIPLA team, but due to COVID, it was cancelled or moved to this year. And unfortunately, once again, due to, my son is in grade 1 this year, I just didn't have the time to train for 3 disciplines. That does take up a lot of time.
But a lot of balls to juggle, and yet you're doing what you love. You're bringing up your son as a single mom, which is pretty amazing. And I know that you're doing very well in your career.
Well, the next big one is the Cape Town Marathon. Fingers crossed that it's going ahead. It is on the 17th of October. So that's my next challenge. This year, like I said, I did the trail run at UTD, and I did the UTCT 25 kilometer, which was the special edition. And then maybe I'll be looking at doing the UTCT 34 kilometer at the end of the year. But I'm still deciding on that.
Natasha, it's a journey, isn't it? I mean, if you think back to your park runs and then your 3Ks and your walk run, and look at you now. Now you know what you're possible of.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing, is that your mind is actually the biggest obstacle. Your body can endure a lot, and I've realized that, but your mind carries you through that. Like I said, that last 8Ks where you hit that wall at about 36 kilometers, you just want to give up, but your mind has to carry you through this.
It's your mindset, and your mind controls you in every situation in life, and yet you are allowing your mind to carry you through, where somebody else who might experience that might say, I can't do it, and just give up.
Yes.
It's very, very important that you're surrounded by these incredible people in your life as well. So, Natasha, if you think about it, if you think about anybody who wants to start running and get to where you are now, what is your advice to them?
Be patient with yourself, and get a nice training program. If you can't coach it, if you can't afford a coach at this stage, just get a normal program. There's so many available, and there's good ones available. There's a few, like from couch to 5K. And I've seen that to some of my friends who said that they wanted to start training again, and they've used that. So that's a great place to start. Just so many of those available. And then if you feel and you see that you're enjoying this, I mean, running is not for everybody. Get something that you love, something that you used to do. If you like dancing, enroll in a dancing project again, or, you know, go, there's so many community centers that does that. So do what you love, and even if you suck at it, just enjoy the process, because like I said, I'm never going to win a race, but that's not why I'm running. I don't want to reach podium. I don't want to, it's for me. I love it. I enjoy it. I love getting out there. It makes me fit, healthy, and I just feel better as well. Because your body feels better, your mind's better. You automatically then eat better, you sleep better. So it just ticks all those boxes. I think everybody can, you know, can contest to last year when we had to run circles in our backyards. It was, yeah, it wasn't normal, but we did it. I did it. My sister stayed with me at that time, and she said, and she just heard me round and round and round again. But I did it because it kept me sane.
Just so you said you don't want the podium, you don't want to win, but what happens if you get that number one place? How do you think you're going to feel? What is it going to mean to you? Although it's not your main aim.
I think I'll be surprised. No, very, very excited. No, definitely. I mean, but I think because I'm just enjoying the whole process, that if I get there, I know I've worked hard as well. You know, I stick to my training programs. Yeah, some mornings when it's really pouring and I don't feel like it, then I don't go out. I'm not going to punish myself to do something. I want to enjoy it, like I've said a few times now. So I'm not going to go out when it's freezing cold and I know I'm just going to not have a lacquer run, and I can just go do it the next day. So there's nothing pushing me that I have to do something. It's because I want to do it.
So run because you want to run. Start slowly. Yes. Do it because you love it.
Yes. And it's my thinking.
You can go from couch to marathon. You can do that.
Yes, you can.
You can.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, no, there's many success stories. And I think, yeah, of people who just put their energy into something good, like running.
Yeah, they say that during COVID, that the amount of people running has literally doubled.
Yes.
Around South Africa, running more than cycling. That is one sport where people are focusing on their health, getting fit, and it's somewhere where you can have a sense of freedom. I think they said it's doubled or more than doubled.
And Rose, you really just need a pair of shoes and there you go. That's the nice thing about running. That's what also appealed to me. It's just quick and fast. You put on your shoes and there you go. You go out, you do a quick 5K, quick 10K, and that instant adrenaline boost and that happy hormone injection. And you just, I can't explain it to anybody. You need to experience it for yourself.
To experience that, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And until you haven't, you know, because people limit themselves. I'm not a runner, I can't do that, I'm not fit. And here you are, living proof, shining, radiantly healthy, beautiful as ever, inspirational as ever. Natasha, thank you so much for taking time out and sharing your really inspirational story with all of us. So I want to thank you. Good luck, and thank you so much, Natasha. God bless. Thanks a lot.